Hi there, and welcome to For Dragonflies and Me. This is Jean Roman, and I am super excited to be here sharing another episode of Gardening 101 with all of you today. Today is day 14, and we're going to talk about my 10 favorite types of sunflowers. So everybody loves sunflowers. If you don't, I don't even know what to say. They are super happy, and they are so many things beyond flowers. They are a food source. They're a natural pollinator. And we're going to go into some of that today. Excuse me. Many of you know, I just recently moved into our new home, and it's a whole process of getting my new raised bed garden. And I always incorporate flowers. And thankfully, there are some really pretty flower beds around the house. So I can kind of tell what's already out there from the shrubs and the bushes, obviously, and the plant debris that was left over. But I'm super excited to see what may be springing up out of the ground. So tulips and daffodils, and hopefully she seemed to have some really nice gardening techniques. She's got some sweet autumn clematis. And if you have been following me for any amount of time, you know how much I love those. There's actually 2 in front of the garage here. So today we are going to talk about sunflowers. And, mostly what I've been talking about is vegetable gardening. So I want to throw in some fun stuff. And today, again, is day 14. In the description below, you're going to be able to have the links to all the episodes 1 through 13 that you can go over and listen to or read at either my blog at fordragonfliesandme.com or watch here. So they're kind of dispersed between both. But if you're not following me here, if you're not subscribed, hit that smash that subscribe button. I'm new to YouTube, so still learning the lingo, friends. Be patient with me. Excuse me again. But these are a couple of the sunflowers that I'm going to be focusing on growing this summer. So the dwarf teddy bear. Sorry, my light's causing a little bit of a glare. And then there's this dwarf sunspot. I really love that one. I just love the yellow happy face. I'm kind of a traditional girl, but I do have some autumn beauty and some red sun. These are just stunning. So I'm really excited to grow those. Of course, I've grown them all in the past. I used to have rows and rows of sunflowers. But so let's get into this. I'm going to share my screen with you like I always do. Let's go over there. And there we go. Welcome to Gardening 101, day 14, my top 10 types of flowers I love to grow. And again, if you missed days 1 through 13, those links are going to be in the description below. So again, I always love to share a quote related to either cooking or gardening, whichever it is that I I'm sharing. And so today's is from Alfred Austin. The glory of gardening, hands in the dirt, head in the sun, heart with nature, to nurture a garden is to feed not just on the body, but the soul. And if you're a gardener, I think you can totally relate to that. In the bottom right corner right here, these were raised beds at my farm. And these were our flower beds. There were 6 or 7 of them. And this is where, again, excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. But again, you can see several different types of sunflowers. These ones right here are vanilla, Italian white. And those are actually going to be in the description today because they're just so lovely and they're small and they make really pretty bouquets. And then obviously the big ones here. But let's move on. Who doesn't love the happy face of the sunflower, right? What so many people don't realize is there are a plethora of different varieties of this beautiful flower. Did you know there's over 60 varieties to choose from? Unfortunately, if you're looking to purchase your seeds from local stores, and first and foremost, don't get me wrong, y'all know that I'm all about local and shopping and supporting local businesses. I have my Small Business Sunday post every Sunday on my Facebook page. So if you're listening and if you have a small business or you have a favorite small business you want to support, go follow me over on my Facebook page and make sure this Sunday you are tagging your favorite business or your business. I'm trying to give everyone that opportunity to share out because you might just be what somebody's looking for. Again, But if you can't find it locally, a different variety, then the next best thing is to shop from a family-owned companies online. And supporting those locally owned businesses can be done in so many ways, including going to their brick and mortar, shopping with them online, even if they have a brick and mortar. So there's a lot of ways to support businesses. You can find many of these sunflower varieties from reputable seed companies like Baker Creek Heirloom, Annie's Heirloom Seeds, Seed Savers Exchange, Territorial, Johnny's, and the list can go on. But if you missed my post on how to order seeds, you can find it at the link in the description below. I encourage you to look at that. I have a list of really good seed catalogs, and one that is always my top is Baker Creek. One thing I love about them is there's no shipping, and they come in beautiful packages. I shared that, but definitely want to support. And if you want to have a really nice variety of sunflowers, I definitely recommend that you do some browsing and look online if you, besides the ones I'm going to give you today. So I'm super excited to show you my top 10 sunflowers that I love to grow on my new YouTube channel. So let's get into it. Let's look at my top 10 favorite. And I can definitely say, I love the little teddy bear. And that was the one I was showing you right here. I just love it. It is the cutest little sunflower. Okay. So teddy bear sunflower, first one, shocker. Well, this variety is perfect for small gardens or pots. Not all sunflowers can be grown in pots. So even if you live in an apartment or a condo, you can have these little guys. As it only grows to about 20 inches tall, so not even 2 feet. Its fluffy yellow blooms are sure to bring a smile to anyone's face, and its compact size makes it ideal for planting in a sunny spot on a deck or a patio. Another of my favorites, and these were all pictures taken from my gardens. I always love to take photographs with bumblebees or honeybees in the flowers. It was kind of a thing I like to do. But this is your giant mammoth sunflower. And as the name suggests, this variety can grow to be quite large, reaching heights of up to 15 feet tall. And I think I have a picture that I'm going to be showing later in this post or this video, but I used to have these grow on my front garden behind my grape arbor. And I loved in the fall watching the blue jays come and just feast on them. But this large yellow bloom are sure to make a statement in any garden, and the seeds can be harvested and used for bird feed or to make sunflower oil. A lot of people save them, and you can actually cut them back, and then once they're dried out, you need to let the petals all dry out, and then you'll see that the center part there, it fills out, and you can just see the seeds grow out, and it's actually so pretty. It's so cool to watch, especially if you have little kids. But once they're developed, if you need to, if you're in a situation where you have to clear out your garden, cut them back about, probably give a good long stem about 2 feet plus the head. And then you can hang those upside down and hang them from your trees for bird feeders. The birds love them. And you can also harvest the seeds and roast them and make your own. This is another one of my favorite sunflowers, and it's the Russian sunflower. As many of you know, I love heirlooms, and my heritage is Ukrainian and French. And so this sunflower, I really, really love. I love the long yellow petals and how they're kind of more, they flail. And I just love them. I love this variety. And it's native to Russia and can grow, again, up to 15 feet tall. It has a thick stem and large yellow blooms that can reach up to 12 inches in diameter, so a whole foot across. They're beautiful. The seeds of this variety are also edible and can be roasted for a tasty snack. And of course, safe for bird feed. Autumn Beauty, another one that I have right here that I'm going to be growing this summer. This variety is perfect for planting in the fall as it blooms late in the season. It has beautiful deep red and orange blooms that are sure to add a pop of color to any garden. It's also it's a little shorter in height than most. It only grows to about 3 to 4 feet tall. So it's nicer if you don't want that, that looming tall sunflower in your garden, but they're just so beautiful. I just love the vibrance of them with that burgundy in it. Well, apparently I did a duplicate of that one. And this is the sunflower. Sunzilla is a hybrid sunflower, and it can grow up to 20 feet tall and has blooms that can reach almost, again, a foot in diameter. And this variety is perfect for those looking to make a statement in a garden. And again, obviously, all of these sunflowers can be used for cut flower arrangements. Unfortunately, sunflowers don't always last that long, but one tip that I will give to everybody, if you want to use them for cut flowers, you definitely want to cut them before the petals have fully opened. So cutting a sunflower right when the head is like this and it's just starting to pop about that far, that's when you want to cut them. And you always cut the stem on an angle, and then put some bleach and sugar in your water to add length to their to where they're not dying out so quickly. This is a really pretty sunflower as well. It's Suntastic sunflower. This variety has a really unique multicolored bloom that is sure to add interest to any garden. It has a yellow center. I know it doesn't look like that right here, but this one's more developed with a ring of orange and red petals around it. And it grows to about 4 or 5 feet tall. So again, a nice one for a smaller garden. And this is your ring of fire sunflower. And apparently I reuse this flower picture. So it's very similar. I apologize, friends. And this variety has a red and yellow ring bloom that is sure to add a pop of color to any garden. And it grows again to about 4 or 5 feet tall and is perfect for planting in a sunny spot or garden. There it is. This is the Italian white sunflower. And again, I have a picture there with one of the honeybees, and this was in my gardens, and I just love this sunflower. It is not, it's not as bright and vibrant. It's very pale yellow. It's not white that you can buy hybrid white sunflowers, but this one is a very pale, like almost a butter yellow. And this variety is a classic traditional sunflower that's perfect for planting in a cottage garden, which my gardens always were. It has a tall, thick stem and a large white blooms, pale yellow. It's not really white, that can reach up to 12 inches in diameter. So another big sunflower and so beautiful. So this is music box sunflower, and it is just beautiful. As you can see, it's more of a burgundy color, but this variety has a unique multicolored blooms that are sure to add interest to any garden. Again, the blooms are a mix of yellow, red, and mahogany and can reach up to 8 inches in diameter. It's not as big as some, but still a fairly nice size. It grows to be, again, about 4 to 5 feet tall and is perfect for planting in a sunny spot in a garden or pot. So these, again, are good for a pot. And again, if you have an area where you can just allow like self-sow and just let sunflowers kind of grow in a sunny spot, they're really, really beautiful to add to your garden. But they're not only for beauty and interest aesthetics in the yard. Growing your own sunflowers also offers a great source of inexpensive bird feed for your feathered friends. Blue jays, cardinals, and so many other birds will enjoy the seeds these beautiful plants provide. Just be sure not to cut back the heads when they lose their petals. This is the time the seeds mature. So again, when you are oops, trying to move me over there. When you're clearing out your garden in the fall, I know, and you can see this is a picture of the same area that I had last time, but this is later in the fall where the seeds are getting more developed, but they are ugly. They look terrible once the leaves start turning brown and spotted and the petals are gone. And it's just this big brown head, especially if you have the big ones. But that's the time when your seeds are developing. And that is when your feathered friends definitely need them coming into the fall and in the winter. Again, if you don't want them in your garden, if they're too unsightly for you, at least let them develop to that stage of where the seeds developed. And then you can harvest them back again. Remember, underneath the head, cut about 2 foot of stem, and then you can hang them upside down from tree branches or your porch. If you have like where hanging baskets hang, and you can feed the birds there, and you will just love. If you're not a bird watcher, I have another blog related to that, and so I'll put the link for that in there as well. And I have some cool bird feeder recipes in there, so that is a great source of information as well. But again, I understand that the sunflowers kind of get ugly, but they really do provide a lot. And they also work as a pollinator garden, as I mentioned earlier. So, by growing sunflowers in your garden and yard, you are not only beautifying your yard and neighborhood, you are also helping nature with a pollinating and food source. Sunflower seeds, when purchased, can get costly. Growing your own saves some money and helps out all of our little feathered friends. So, again, if you missed episodes 1 through 13 in my Gardening 101 series, you can click the links in the description below and be sure to visit me at my blog for dragonfliesandme.com and to subscribe there and hit that smash button here and subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Be sure to subscribe again. So, Dragonfly friends, thank you so much for joining me here at another episode of my Gardening 101 series. We have a few more left. I'm carrying it through into March. And so be sure to stop by my blog and also on my YouTube channel. If you haven't noticed already, I'm uploading all of my podcasts. So if you've missed my podcasts, you can now listen to them here at my YouTube channel, which I was so excited to do. YouTube is actually, I guess, getting ready to have their own platform to host podcasts. So I interview a lot of entrepreneurs there, both in gardening, business related, a lot of female entrepreneurs. And it's really more of an encouragement to let people who may be thinking about starting their own business or stepping away from their full-time job and jumping and launching into their business. So lots of incredible people that I've interviewed and I'm continuing to interview. So until next time, friends, be sure to eat fresh, shop local, and have a happy day. I certainly hope you're encouraged to grow your own food. Don't be dismayed if you have a garden and you don't have a big yard. You can always garden in containers, in raised beds. It's a great alternative. If you aren't following me on Facebook or Instagram, be sure to stop on over and follow me there for great tips and tricks for your garden and home and a lot of different content. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And again, thank you so much. I'm really trying to build my subscriber list here at YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It will help Mike's channel grow. And then YouTube will use the algorithm to share this content with other people. So again, until next time, friends.